hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Larva and Light here on Circuit Breakers for the Patreon cast of the week of September the 15th. If you're watching this that week, thank you for being a patron of mine at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for as little as $1 a month. You get to watch this 1 month before anybody else, and if you're watching this a month after that, like say October 2023 or so, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You're on YouTube. I'm here 6 times a week with Brood War content. Top left, it is going to be Larva. And in the top right, it is Light. So 2 of these players, not at the tops of their games, respectively. But man, probably a top 3 Zerg player versus a top 3 Terran player today. And Terry the Overlord moving out the wrong way to scout what is going on with Light. But that's okay, Terry. We still love ya. Woof! Alright, so hope everything is doing okay in your neck of the woods. I am casting StarCraft, so everything is all hunky-dory for me right now. And Circuit Breakers is a fairly Terran-favored map. So we will see. We will see if he builds tanks to take advantage of it. And we'll see if a Larva can counter that. Alright, well. What's we got here? Nothing happening really, which means it's a hatch first from the Zerg. If there was something happening before this point, would have been a pool first. Would have been an overpool possibly, but nah. At this stage, gonna scout with the drone and then hatch it here at about 12 supply. No, nothing too different between this and like an 11 supply hatch. Nothing too nuts there at all. And behold, a barracks coming up inside Light's base. He's going under the name Hoboxer. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Like, is he just like trying to do an homage to Boxer or something? Possibly. But see, this is how much a Larva respects Light, man. He's like, yo. I just wanted to make sure this isn't like a 2 racks opening or some kind of a command center first play that I need to get a 3rd base up fast to counter. But either way, I'm going to sit over here and try to harass a little bit, force another SCV off the line, as you do. And he's like, is there any gas? No? Alright, cool. So this looks like a 1-racks expander Rooney. That's good information to have. That means your second base is not going to be pressured all that much, if at all, in the next couple of minutes. And in fact, yeah, see, there you go. Behold, the second base on the way. You can 3rd base pretty much now. And he is he saving up the money for a 3rd hatch? Not really, because he doesn't... macro hatch. Okay. So saved with money for a macro hatch, which is a bit of an indicator it's going to be a lot of mutas. Potentially a lot of Mutalisks on the open. But you know what? Light has seen Zergs go a lot of Mutalisks on the open against him 8,000 million times. So he's going to be okay. It's not going to kill him. Be really embarrassing to die to just Mutalisks like in the first 5 minutes of a game. You know what I mean? Gotta throw that out there. Anyway, yeah, gas here. We're going to watch the timing on the gas of the natural base if we can. Usually an indication of how many Mutalisks are going to be made, but again, this is a bit of our tell, isn't it? You need that extra Larva if you're going to make 9 mutas, or if you're going to make 6 mutas, just with the 2 hatches that you have without the macro hatch. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, das ist the truth. Oh, gosh, good juking here by Steve, the SCV, man. Merch for Steve is at falconpaladin.store. Check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Academy on the way. No real surprise. We're going to go for range. We're going to go for stim. Going to get an engineering bay sometime, I don't know, relatively soon. Maybe when that spire starts up, we'll engineering bay. Don't really need to do it now unless you're going for a +1 attack timing, which is entirely viable in this matchup. There's that second gas. Okay, so second gas while the lair is not even halfway done yet. So yeah, a lot of mutas. This is just confirming what we knew already, right? But it's good to have the confirmation. Sometimes it could be read wrong. I think I have definitely cast games with the macro hatch where the Zerg player didn't make 9 mutas. Like the extra Larva was just for drones or something, and maybe that's a bit of a misdirection play. If you always get 9 mutas with your first muta batch when you have a macro hatch, maybe the Terran, you know, when they scout that, they know that. But if you do different things different times, then it throws them off. And anytime your opponent expects you to do something and you don't do it, that's good. That's a win for you, isn't it? So, let's see, Spire timing. Now, Really? No, that's a creep colony. I'm like, not right there. No. Oh, back up here. Okay, so Spire timing. Engineering Bay, anytime between now and like 6 minutes, I would say. But you do want those turrets, don't you? Look at this block. He's like, oh, you think you know I'm getting a Spire, but am I getting a Spire? You don't know. Oh, that's sunken. All right, sunken hits. Remove Steve from the equation. Spire remains unscouted. No comsat yet. And hey, look, Engineering Bay coming up. Firebat's out early. Is worried about potential Ling run by. The Ling number is more than like 2, so being concerned about that is fine. 3 Sunkens up here at the front to deal with potential Marine timing here. With medics, Lings are just trying to buy some time so these guys don't get across the map and absolutely wreck. The later this attack comes, the worse it is for the Terran player. And Larva knows how to handle it. Maybe try to pin these guys. Yeah, he's trying to kind of come up this backside, pin them when they're fighting the Sunkens, which they don't want to do. They don't want to fight the Sunkens at all. And there we go. Just, you know, we forced 3 Sunkens. That's 3 drones gone forever for Larva. Can't use them for resources anymore. Nope. That was a terrible choice to engage there from Larva. I would have gone for maybe a run-by instead there. Can you squeeze through here? Is that supply depot blocking this? I don't think it is. Maybe like, woo, up there, get a scout off, see the number of barracks, say, yeah, this isn't mech. Even though it's circuit breakers, this is not mech. There's your scans. Spire scene, 10 mutas. There it is. So 10 mutas on the way. Turret production, like, now. And there it is. Turrets are coming up. Turrets in the natural base. Turrets in the main base. Everything is okay. Both players have scattered each other adequately. I don't know why there's 2 overlords heading down this way. Firebats are like, is there a third base for the Zerg? No third base? All right. Well, it's going to be a lot of units then. Let's prepare for a lot of units. No third base for the Zerg at 7 minutes is like, yeah. It's going to be a lot of Lings, a lot of mutas. I mean, yeah, Hydra Den and Queen's Nest is on the way. Beautiful splitting of the Marine army here. Where are the rest of the Mutalisks at? Guys, there were 10. Remember how there were 10 in production? Did he cancel some? No, he sent some down to kill these Firebats. And they die simultaneously. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So now they should probably head up and join the rest of the flock here. Or is it a murder? It's a murder of Mutalisks, I think is the appropriate term for it. Hive on the way at 7 minutes, man. Okay, so yeah, either your opponent's going to make a ton of mutas and Lings, or they're going to get a really fast Hive if they don't have a third base yet. And they don't. But it's coming. It's almost here. These Lings have no upgrades. The mutas, I'm going to guess, have no upgrades. Yeah, no upgrades. And then Lings jump on this group and obliterate this one. But the reinforcing Marines, can you clear those out too? The answer is not really no. Ow. Mutaflux, it's knocked down to 5 from 10. And little tiny bit of harass up here. Mutas are no threat to your buildings. But they will insta-kill Marines that pop out if there's only 1 or 2 of them there. Yeah, Muta's got to back it on out. I don't think that was a great engagement for Larva at all. Light looking super strong. All sorts of strong here. So, as mentioned previously, third base on the way from Larva, bottom left side. Hive is done. Hive tech is... What are we doing with the Hive tech? Adrenal? Oh, man. Is Adrenal already finished? Are these the classic 0-0 Lings with Adrenal we're seeing in the current meta? Possibly could be. Scanning up, sees what? Defiler Mound. Of course there's a Defiler Mound on the way. Why wouldn't there be? Ten mutas. Again, no upgrades on these guys. I think these are the mutas we're going to see for the rest of the game. It's going to go into lurkers, Lings, defilers, maybe ultras later on here too, but no upgrades at all. If these mutas had a carapace upgrade, they could stand a little bit longer against these Marines. Okay, trying to pick off a medic. Fine. Killing a medic, killing a Marine, killing a couple Marines in tandem. Another couple Marines. Tries to cut him off here, Light does, and Larva's like, nah. I'm not going to engage with that, thank you very much. Nidus Canal for instant reinforcements to the 3rd base, and maybe a 4th base considered, but not a good place for a 4th base on this map. Because you can set up a tank here and pretty much wipe the entire base out. We've seen it time and time and time and time again. So maybe here... I mean, this for a 4th base makes a lot more sense. And we've got a lurker at the top of this ramp just to dissuade any marine attacks up towards that 3rd base. So all's well. I think both players are doing okay. Both players have lost some units. Both players have killed some units. So I'm casting this about an hour before the release of Ahsoka, the Disney Plus show, Episode 5, which is being released in certain theaters across the United States, which is curious to me. They don't usually do that sort of thing. I think Game of Thrones maybe did it for a couple episodes back in the day, but I don't know. This speaks to a level of confidence that Disney has in this Ahsoka episode, so I'm curious to watch it. I'm going to watch it on my projector downstairs in my basement. I'm not going to watch it at the theater, and that's, I mean, mostly because I'm not in any of the cities that has it. It's like Los Angeles, right? New York, big cities. I think Miami has it. Nice, the irradiates are out. Anyway, I only bring it up because I'm interested to see. See if it's worth putting in theaters, right? It might just be kind of like middling, might be kind of bad, might be amazing. So yeah, I'm interested. The next game that I cast, I'll probably talk about it. So, this is a Patreon cast though. Never mind, time is stupid. Good, fine. Free Zerglings are free. Woof. This is why you shark around with your Marines in the middle of the map against Zerg when you are SK Terraning. You're gonna find little groups of units to kill. 3rd base here, not 3rd base here. Yeah, I don't know. 2 turrets there. Can you jump on this? 4 lurkers, top of the ramp. How many irradiates do you have? You just used irradiate energy on other stuff. Alright, 4 Scourge for 1 science vessel. Fine. And a lurker. You're going to kill a lurker too. Plague's on the way. I can't imagine Adrenal's not done yet. I've not been watching that production tab as closely as I need to here. But man, oh, the battle cruisers are on the way. All right, we've seen the battle cruiser curse lifted, right? We've cast at least 4 games where battle cruisers have been involved in a Terran win against Zerg over the last, couple months. So it's that dropship just absolutely got murked. How about this one? This one also is going to die. No saving it. Yeah. So these guys unload, but there's Dark Swarm protecting the drones, and it's just a really bad drop. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, irradiate. Bust that lurker down. Yes. And then back it out. Wait for this one to die for natural causes. And by natural causes, I mean irradiation. And then you can bust up. Here's hurry, Nidus, reinforce. Okay, more lurkers reinforcing in science vessel down. Okay, so woof. This is not looking great for Larva. He's on 3 bases. Light's on 3 bases. Just waiting for a 4th base, but this is rather being controlled by Light, isn't it? This position. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. So, I mean, Larva's going to have all the pieces of the puzzle he needs to defeat Light here. Going to be Plagues, going to be Dark Swarms, going to be Ultralisks, right? Going to be Lings. All sorts of great stuff. A Ling Muta attack into the 3rd base, entirely undefended. Light out of position on this one. Not great. Losing a bunch of SCVs here. It's still 66 to 41 SCVs, though. I mean, even losing a couple workers there from Light isn't the end of the world, apparently. But yeah, more Scourge. Ultralisks, Lings, Defiler energy upgrade. Terran's working on more barracks. The battle cruisers are here to defend this 4th base that Light's going for. There we go. 4th base finally starting left side for Larva. He's just so economically behind. He's down over 50 supply right now, actually. Less than 50 supply right now. That's all right. Oh, the mutas are all sorts of dead. Yep, trying to attack into this 4th base with Lings. Nope, say the battle cruisers. No, say the bunkers. Absolutely not. And this 4th base is just late. If Larva can hang on to it and get a 5th base fairly soon, he can win this game, but I don't know. This is not a good time. The battle cruiser curse may get yet another, well, be refuted once again. Oh my gosh. Maybe this flying science vessels right into Scourge is a way to help the Zerg player win, though. That's how you do. Yeah, these Lings have Adrenal. Alright, Darkswarm doesn't protect hatches. Doesn't protect buildings. Plague up. But beautiful split here. Only 2 Marines catch that plague, but both science vessels do, which is problem. Oh, 3. Nope, 2. 2 of the 3 science vessels do. Into the 3rd base again with our Adrenal Lings. They've got 1-1 upgrades. They're going to force a liftoff on that command center. Maybe? No. Fire bats in bunkers. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And the 3rd base holds. This has been something that Larva's been trying to kill for some time now, but no, not happening. Light defending it very, very well. Got ourselves our chitinous plating on the way. Lurkers defending the 4th base of Larva. Extremely key that this not die. I'd almost classify this as a game-winning move. If Light can kill this 4th base, he wins the game. Stop. Full stop right now. Battle cruisers. Ugh. On their own, heading out. This is when they die. This is when they get plagued, and then the Dark Swarm pops up, and then the Scourge obliterate them, and they get barely anything done. Alright, see, more Scourge are popping out here. He saw this coming. He knows the battlecruiser threat is real. 170 to 124 supply. And the Spore softening up these BCs just a little bit. And Scourge getting a hit, because normally they'd attack the Scourge, but their prioritization right now is on this Spore. And it's a couple 3 Spore hits. Nice. And then you just overwhelm. Beautiful. He knew exactly how many Scourge he needed and executed that perfectly. About a 46 supply lead right now from Light. 77 SCVs to 50 drones. 4 bases to 4 bases. I don't know if I can explain this anymore, but economically, it's just looking really poor for Larva. Scourge, okay, 1 science vessel down for like 10 Scourge. It's a trade. It's better than 0 science vessels down for 10 Scourge. I'll give you that. Radiates. The entire strategy for SK Terran is keeping your science vessels alive. The more you keep them alive, the more the Zerg player is lost forever. Yeah, man, these aren't 3-3 Lings. These aren't even 2-2 Lings. They're working on 2-2. Anabolic Synthesis on the way. Just little groups of Marines. Medic, Firebat heading out here, right? That's the recipe. Nice snipe on those Lurkers, by the way. Scourge group high. Ultralisks finally being produced now that they kind of have their upgrades. This group gets wiped out. This group probably going to die as well. Yeah, Lurkers are here. Oh, boy. SCVs are like, it is not safe down here at all, boys. Okay, Larva making a comeback by killing science vessels. And by denying additional bases for Light and expanding himself left side. He is taking a 5th base here at the 9 o'clock. He doesn't want to. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to, but does it matter? God, the sound of Lurkers exploding in the morning. Okay, Firebat's getting some hits off there. A lot of Lings dying. 175 to 140 supply. And Light is okay with splitting the map in half. He says, yeah, you want to split the map in half today? I am glad for it. Tanks are being added. 20 minutes. We are not SK Terran anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we set up a siege tank here. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Again, on this map, it is so tough to resist the allure of siege tanks. Here come the Ultras. Here comes this ramp. Any Dark Swarm available? Man, trying to bust up the ramp, taking some siege tank fire, but it's only one siege tank. Look at this SCV holding position here. Oh man, Ultra dies. Hey, the rest of you guys, get up the ramp. And this bottom right base is going to fall. This Ultra's been irradiated. And all right, Larva making a bit of a comeback here, right? Wiping out that SCV advantage, literally 67 drones to 61 SCVs now. This bottom right base is toast. A counterattack from Light says, okay, well, if all the Ultras are down there, they're not. There's Ultras up here, too. Oh, boy. Kill the Scourge. They're the priority. Nice. Great micro. Keeping those science vessels alive. Trying to swing around an alternate attack path, and they find connections. Oh, 2 science vessels down. Beautiful stuff here from Larva. Beautiful stuff. Ling Ultra running into the right side 3 o'clock base from Light. No. Not going to be able to get through this bunker defense, but boy, that bunker is definitely dead. But all the Marines inside survived. That counts for something. Uh-oh. Look at this flip here. 159 to 125 supply in favor of Larva. He says, are you sure you want to split the map with me? I mean, this is less than splitting the map because that bottom right base is dead for Light, but. Now, it's still okay for Light. Still being on 4 bases against a 5 basing Zerg. This is technically a 6th, and it is returning some resources, so all right, here we go. But siege tanks setting up. Okay, every hit. Oh, but the Dark Swarm. Stay in the Dark Swarm, boys. Stay in there. Oh, you're not inside the Dark Swarm, boys. That one either. What? He was right here. The dimensions and the borders of Dark Swarm are not super well visually defined, are they? Push across the center here from Light going well. This group's going to die. But this attack maybe has some hope to it. Uh-oh, here comes the Zerg. Siege tanks getting early shots off. Going to be super useful. Target firing down those Ultras. 3-3 Marines here against 4-2 Ultras. They don't have the full upgrades yet. But the surround, it's all about surrounds. All about surrounds. But Light hangs on somehow miraculously anyway. 4 and 5 kills on those siege tanks. Okay, now it's only about a 10 supply lead from Larva. 12 o'clock base getting taken by Light. His macro's been insane this game. He's trying to float a command center down this way. Oops, Scourge obliterates itself on the command center. Not what the Scourge wants to do. Complete waste of gas to do that on a building. Oh man, the Dark Swarms. They're just so stupidly good. There's another. Okay, that was a sick progression of Dark Swarms out of Larva. What else do we expect from him? Huh? Do you want to mention this is an RJB replay? Check him out. YouTube.com/@RJB_TV. Man, if Light can establish these bottom 2 right bases, I don't know how I feel about this. 6 o'clock base is up from Larva. Marines not leaving Dark Swarms nearly fast enough. Nearly fast enough. This is just an excellent, elite level of spell casting out of Larva here. This 6 o'clock is going to die from Larva. I don't think he cares much about it. Okay, this group might be able to get something done against this left side mineral base maybe, though. Reinforcing Lings are coming in. They've got that 2-2. They've got that Adrenal. Fighting with a Sunken is fairly ideal in this situation, but maybe with a little bit of A little bit of the support from Dark Swarm would be even better. Ah, there it is. Speak it into existence and you shall find it. Ooh, ultra unsupported by Dark Swarm, though. He's going to get a couple kills. And then explode into a pile of blood and guts, as they do when they die. Light. He's not the best. He's not like the best kiting in this game, but okay. Ultras are dying. Fire bat. Oh, Ultra's popping out of eggs from a dead hatchery. Surprise! Oh no. Ling's on the counterattack into the 3 o'clock base. Actually, that goes pretty well for Light. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. The 12 o'clock base under attack by Adrenal Lings, causing all sorts of problems here, and this is just falling apart for Light. It's a pretty typical, hey, I went SK Terran and we're at 25 minutes and oh boy, Ling Ultra is here with a beautiful Dark Swarm. Absolutely perfect, consumes. And I'm just a dead nerd. Yep, that's it, we done. Rest in pieces. I mean, fine. You can't crack this natural base location if you're Larva, but it doesn't matter. Right? Everything else that's going on, these lifted bases everywhere. Lifted bases everywhere. That's it. We're GG. Like, even if Light doesn't GG for the next couple of minutes, this game is over. You've seen enough ZVTs to know where we're going with this one. Absolutely. Right. I'm just, again, we're here. Light's down 50 supply. All of his outlying bases are dead. And every Terran player watching this is like, why? Why did you SK Terran here on this map? This map is so good for mech. I can feel your frustration, Terran players. I feel it in my bones. Yeah, it just feels so unnecessary for this to be a Terran loss on circuit breakers of all maps. You know, this Ultra casually murder his friends. Just casually murdering his friends. As you do when you're an Ultralist. I'm trying to get Spider Mines out, but it's way too late for that. It's over. It's over for that. Spider Mines would have been so useful. So useful. But, 77 drones to 36 SCVs. Irradiated Ultralisk doing irradiation damage on these SCVs, too, is just miraculous. I mean, look. Props to Light for sticking it out. Right, he's fighting hard. He's kind of reestablished these bottom two right-hand bases, which I did not think was going to be possible. He's on the offensive, right? Takes down Sunkens that are still morphing in. Creep colonies and stuff, but the Zerg player can just make so many things. It doesn't matter. Irradiated Ultralisk. Splash damage against Marines. Don't mind if I do. Larva casually making sure that he knows these bases aren't happening and then says, this bottom right is your lifeblood. When these bottom right bases are dead again, you shall be sad. And that's it. GG. Light taps out and Larva is our winner in 29 minutes and 2 seconds. Yep. That's what happened. That's... I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than this. Just other than stuck on SK Terran for too long. That's it, right? The Spider Mines were a beautiful idea. Yeah, start pumping Vultures with Spider Mines against a Ling Ultra player. Seed the entire map with Spider Mines. That'll help immensely. You don't necessarily have to go 100 siege tanks, although it's really good. But if you just add spider mines to this SK Terran thing, you're going to have a good time. But the other thing is, didn't keep science vessels alive nearly long enough for this to work. So many science vessels died. Some of it was careless. Some of it was just genius movement and attack pathing there from Larva. But otherwise, yeah, science vessels down. Not enough spider mines, not enough siege tanks. And League Ultra is going to beat this every day. Every day. End of the day, 224,000 points from Light, 253,000 from Larva. Larva outproducing the Terran by about a 2-to-1 ratio. The kill-death ratio not as good for Light to make up for that. Structures raised, 12-7. And then getting outspent by Larva by about 15,000 resources in 29 minutes. Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark. So GG. GG, well done. Our hero here, Larva, gets the win. Okay, well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.